NHS South Kent Coast Clinical Commissioning Group. It's more than just a name, it's a story. A story that you can help us to write over the next 5 years as we set out our plans for the healthcare of people in Deal, Dover, Folkestone, Hythe and Romney Marsh. Led by local family doctors, the CCG came into being in 2013 and it was given the powers to help people in the area have healthier lives. At some time or another, from cradle to grave, all of us need the NHS. From prescriptions to plaster casts, it's there for us. And that's why the NHS is ultimately the people's NHS, paid for and cared for by those it serves. That includes the people who live in the South Kent Coast area, a diverse and fascinating part of East Kent. Take Deal, for example. Pebble Beach and Pier, fish and chips, a typical British seaside town. But Deal has a population that is older than the UK average. That means that many of the population have complex long-term conditions, such as diabetes or cardiovascular disease, which makes people more vulnerable to strokes or heart attacks. Roger and Maria are both retired and live in Deal. Roger has had a stroke and suffers from emphysema. Once a month, Roger and Maria attend a Breathe Easy support group. This provides Roger with lots of information and practical tips to help him manage his emphysema. But we want to make sure everyone also gets the care they need at night and at weekends. That's why we're asking for your thoughts on what great out-of-hours service should be like. So tell us your story. Famous for its white cliffs and ferries, Dover has similar health concerns to Deal. It has an older than average population and pockets of deprivation, places where the people don't have access to much money. That's why the new hospital is so important for the town. The Buckland will enable the people of Dover and beyond to receive effective care for many health conditions without having to make a longer trip to one of the larger hospitals. Anna lives in Dover and moved to the UK 5 years ago with her 2 young children, Nicholas and Natalia. She misses the support of an extended family, but feels a new hospital in Dover will mean that Nicholas can get support for his speech and language development. She also wants to help improve services in Dover so that other patients and families like hers can benefit as well. And Anna has joined her Practice Patient Participation Group, a group that she helped set up. Why don't you ask your local practice if they have a practice participation group and sign up to it? Folkestone is another of the major towns in the South Kent Coast area, and, like Dover, it's experienced mixed fortunes over the years. With its links to the continent, Folkestone has always been a gateway town with a rich history. But modern Folkestone needs healthcare that can match the needs of today's people. That means making sure that the population has access to primary care at convenient times. That's true for the Davey family, young professionals who live in Folkestone. They have 1 young daughter, and for them, time is precious. If they need to access health services, they look for convenience and flexibility. And if that means seeing a GP at the beginning or the end of the day, the Davies can look after their health but balance other commitments. Do you think extended opening hours for GPs is a good idea? The Davies find the South Kent Coast Health Network particularly useful. It's flexible and they can fit it around their busy schedule. They can keep up to date through a regular e-newsletter and contribute to the debate through online surveys and social media. The rural environment of Romney Marsh is beautiful and unique, but the residents can sometimes feel isolated. For example, 80-year-old Romney Marsh resident Lily has been retired for 20 years. Previously independent, she's experiencing the early stages of dementia, and not long ago she lost her husband. She's had a couple of falls, and that makes her feel more vulnerable and sometimes isolated. Luckily, she does have 2 daughters who live nearby. Lily doesn't like hospitals or travelling to them. She'd much rather have the care and support that she needs at home in the community she knows best. By working with her GP and care coordinator to make sure all her health and care services are joined up, Lily's condition can be better managed and she'll also feel less isolated. That's why we're asking people who live near Romney Marsh, what works for you? Can the voluntary and community sectors help to bridge gaps or make existing services better? From port to promenade, motorway to marsh, the South Kent coast area is large and diverse. But wherever South Kent coast people live, they all have their part to play in shaping local NHS services. Now we can come together to write its future. Write yours at southkentcoastccg.nhs.uk/my story.